So yeah, I figured that was a little easier than me talking the whole time. I just wanted to put a brief thing together about my car and how it came to be. Yeah, the guy I bought it from was funny. He said there was no palm trees around where he is, you know, we're far away from that stuff. But yet, I drove like an hour, I think, and I just put a random hotel in my GPS, and it had a bunch of palm trees outside, which was cool. Because, I mean, from being up north, you just don't see that type of stuff, so it's just a different feeling. And this was a Wendy's we were sitting in. A bunch of landscapers just pulled up when we did, and they were all in there. Super nice people. Everyone's nice down south. It's different. And they were just saying nice car and asking me questions about it, and I'm like, I just got this thing, and I'm excited about it just like you. This is when I pulled up to the hotel. It's just a stealthy shot of it. It's outside the hotel window. Car is right there. That's that binder. Basically, that I'll show you right. This is the binder I actually got with my car. Got my title in here, but basically I've been keeping, this is a mod list of everything I've done since I've got the car this year. I just try and keep track of everything. Old dyno sheets, Whipple stuff. I tracked down the list of all the old owners on the car and found the first owner, Cobra Bob. He's the guy who started SVT Performance Forums, and it's a special car. Whether it be for my son or the next guy in line, or who knows. And I've just been adding to it, like that folder with all the mods, so I can just keep track for whoever gets it next. Here's the window sticker. Somebody already put it in a laminated thing, which is nice. Here's the first pictures I really took of it after the hotel picture. This was just, I think this was actually in the road. I didn't know. I didn't know if it was a parking lot or what. The layout was kind of weird down here. Some good shots. Super dusty. The car was just covered. Because after he tried to say he cleaned the engine bay and he cracked a piece of like trim plastic and he took some money off for it, I was just like, just don't try and do anything else. Don't touch anything. The guy's a really big guy. He's nice. He's just too big for the car. This is the parking lot of the restaurant we ate at. Some food. Super comfy hotel. I got some of this stuff to put in it because he said he was running a certain type of pump gas that was expensive and better to run that you can't really get. It's not really available, so and he said you don't need to run it, but I got this stuff just to, I know it's good. This is me outside the hotel. I think we're about to leave in the morning. Perfect spot. Out of the sun. Super clean car. Bassani sounds nice. This is how it's been for hours. Road construction, crappy highways, and all the trucks are in the left lane, so you can't go by them. So I'll try and show you pretty much all my little clips from my trip back. But yeah, this highway was super congested, and I wasn't trying to get rock chips on the car either, so it was frustrating. This one I was having issues when I was trying to gun it and it wasn't really boosting, and it kind of sputtered, and I messaged him and he said he shouldn't be doing that, and long story short, it was the plugs in it. They were the wrong type because he had them changed a week before I bought it. He got a tune-up done, an oil change on it. Should have just left it. I guess it was good in a way because it kept me from getting on it on the way home. I probably would have been boosting. Yeah, car's at its loudest point, I think, right here. Very loud. Alright, I gotta get over. Roads are rough down south. Yeah. The Bassani was really drony. It was loud to talk. It was a very humming type of sound. This is where I was at one point. This is how far I was away at this point. Hotel number 2. This is a second hotel. My only request is that I get a parking spot overlooking the car. Yeah, I specifically asked for that room because I wanted to see my car, and she was trying to talk me out of it. And once I got in there, I could see why, because it kind of smelled like a bathroom. There's my car. I tried to park away from everyone, and of course all the big trucks started pulling in this way. That could be in the morning when I was leaving. Imagine being on the other side going south. People, traffic. Yeah, you never know what to expect. Oh yeah, the Wendy's. I was surprised. I just wanted to go inside and eat real quick. You know, you just, when you've been driving so long, you just want to get out and eat. But of course, everything was like locked down. Masks everywhere. Can't go inside. Super long drive-through lines. So, yeah, that's fun. So we can't eat inside anywhere, so parked way up here. Good old Virginia. What is with the traffic? I'm always complaining about something. Yeah, so we're 6 hours, 7 hours from home. I think this is when we pulled off. I wanted to keep driving a little bit longer, but the traffic was so bad, and the GPS was taking us on like detours to get around it, and it was horrible that way. So I said, you know, we gotta find just a pull-off, and I planned it out where I said I want to find a hotel. This was like around 4 or 5 o'clock that we can just chill at for like a few hours, and then we'll leave at like 8, 9 o'clock, and we'll have like hopefully no traffic, and I'll just drink some Red Bulls, and I'll just deal with it and get home and do some night driving. And so I wanted to plan that out, and of course I get into this hotel, and the guy, because I try to ask for a discount because I wasn't staying long. I'm like, I just need a room for a few hours. And he's like, well, you got to pay for the night. So he was trying to talk me into staying the whole night. He's like, you're tired. The traffic won't be bad in the morning. Trust me. It's not like it used to be. I'm like, dude, I was out there. I'm like, the traffic's bad. And he's, no, please stay the night, please. You know, you got your son, blah, blah, blah. It'll be safer if you stay the night. He was like begging me to stay. And then I'm like, is there anywhere to eat around here? Like, he's like, yeah, you can walk to this place, you know, walking distance. And I walked like a quarter mile before I turned around, and I was like, dude, this guy's just making us, I'm like, he's going to tire me out. I'm not going to be able to drive. Yeah, this. I really hope this walk doesn't tire me out too much. at the hotel said it's just a few blocks down, you'll find some food. But this doesn't look promising at all. So I went back to the hotel and I got some cereal that they had in like the store there, and some milk and a granola bar, chips, something to fuel up. I said, I figure when we leave, we'll stop at like a Wendy's or something. Which the Wendy's ends up being closed by the time we get there. I think I drove for a little while and it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock and it was already closed. Yeah, we're 6 hours from home in Baltimore. That's where we need to go. Starting up the car, getting ready to leave. This is the first time I saw the gauges. I was like, man, these look nice. The GPS let us get on this. It's like express highway with like no cars on it. We're like the only one. We see like a car here and there. It's awesome. Yeah, when I had the chance, I would get on the left lane express highway, and yeah, this is when I went into the plaza to the Wendy's. There's a Wendy's, a Dunkin' Donuts, and like a convenience store, and you know, the people were actually looking like they wanted to work in this Wendy's, and I get up to the line and they're like, oh, we're closed. We just closed. So I was like, oh yeah, of course they look busy. They want to get out of there. And there was a super long line in the Dunkin' Donuts, and I don't really eat that stuff anyways, so we went to the convenience store, and this is what I got for the ride home. My first time eating beef jerky in years. I realized I got the wrong one. This one's super spicy. Yeah, I broke down around midnight, a little before that. I didn't really break down. The car shut off on the highway randomly. This is the only issue I've had with it like this. Just turns off randomly. And I mean, it was scary. I pulled over and I was calling, my dad. I called the seller. I called tow truck, just seeing, because I figured, it's not making it home. Stupid me, I haven't even tried restarting it at this point. I just was in this frozen panic mode. My kid was like asleep, and now he's like waking up, and we're just pitch black on the side of the highway. The Jersey Turnpike too. The worst highway. Like, if you told me there was one place I don't like to be, like that gives me a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach every time I pass by this place, it's the Jersey Turnpike, with like the factories and the people, the bad drivers, and it's just not good. And so when I called the tow truck to see where I was, he's like, put it in your GPS so you can get some streets, cross streets, and I was on like Fellowship Road and Church Street. So I just like said a prayer there. I was like, man, that's ironic. And a cop ended up coming and talking to us for a little while, and then left us in the dark again, because he's like, well, at least you got a tow truck on the way. Because he didn't want me to get out of the car, because I was telling the cop, I'm like, I just bought this car and stuff, and I just bought this car, and I really want to pop the hood and see, he's like, don't do that. He's like, wait till the tow truck gets here and go to a safe place to do that, or tow it home. He's like, I can't allow you to get out on the highway and do that. But as soon as this guy left, I went out, I looked at my engine, I had the seller on the phone, and he's like, did it toss the belt? Which I haven't beat it on the thing at all, and the engine was super cold. Like, it wasn't warm at all. It was nice. It was a cool night, and I was just cruising. I'm gentle on the car. I get back in it. I'm like, oh, I should just try starting. He's like, did you try restarting it? I'm like, no. He's like, start it up. And I started up, and it ran fine. And when I told my dad this, he's like, you gotta be kidding. He's like, you waited on the side of the road for almost an hour just because you were worried your car was blown up? You didn't even try starting it again? I'm like, no, I didn't. It's just a panic situation. I was thinking, like, it's an expensive motor. I haven't worked on a car in a while. So I was excited. Back on the road I went, and I called the tow truck to cancel him. Oh, this is so nice. Open highways, smooth cruising, minimal traffic. The next rough part's gonna be going through the Bronx. I don't know if I really videotaped that, but those roads are horrible. The people, the traffic, even at this time at night, it was chaos. Like 1 a.m., people zooming around. Because I ended up getting home around like 3 o'clock. Yeah, 3:30 arrival. This was after I took back off. Water. Yeah, I think the camera like sped that part up. It's weird looking. And this is when we got home. This is like 3:30, 4 o'clock. Yeah, I think it was like 4 o'clock. Because I stopped a couple times for like gas and snacks in Connecticut. Because it was such a relief feeling in my stomach when I knew that we were getting close to home and I was on like the home stretch, so to speak. I was so happy to be home. It was just a great trip. I love those road type trips. And so here's the first pictures and stuff I took of it after I got home. I went back to the same parking lot I took the pictures of the 93 Cobra in. Beautiful car, beautiful paint. It looks so nice. The color looks different when it's in the sun or the shade or nighttime. Yeah, and I think I changed the plate next. It's next to the GT. This is a video. So that was just an edit that my phone put together. Yeah, it was fun. My kid's tooth fell out, so that's what. And he kind of pulled it out. It wasn't ready to come out. Figures. And so this is one of the first mods I did, which was a pain because when I talked to Cobra Bob down the road, he's like, does it still have the black inserts that I put in it? So I mean, these were done in like 2003. No wonder they were so hard to get off. These came off in like little flakes. There's no way I could peel them. Pain in the butt. And it left residue. I had to take some Goo Gone carefully, and I mean, the thing's mint, not a scratch on it. I've done this before. There's some of the pieces. Way better. More pictures. Yeah, just some of the things. This is going to be briefly some of the mods that I did to it. It looked good with black wheels. Here's the Magna packs that I put on there. If I left the cats on and didn't go full bore like I did, it would have sounded better. But I took the cats off and just had the Magna packs. It was just too much. A little bit too much. It's the Bassani's next to them. You can see the difference. Yeah, I put the Bassani's back on without the cats after that. Sounded pretty good, but it was still on the quiet side in my opinion. So then I bought Borla S-types finally. This is what I should have got in the first place. And then I got the last set of rear AFS wheels and found a new pair of fronts. These are one of my favorite wheels. I was dying to get them. So I got the tires swapped. I couldn't get any new tires. You know, they were already out of stock, a lot of them at this time. First pictures with the wheels on. Alternator blew out, which finalized a lot of other issues because I bought the car with low fuel pressure. I didn't realize, thought it was a bad gauge, but yeah, you'll see what it is. Alternator ended up blowing and spiking, I think. That's a OEM one on the right, and that's the one that blew on the left. Then I got the KJM alternator on the left, stock one on the right, 3.2 pulley. I did a video on that. That's a picture from installing it. I polished the exhaust when I dropped the tank to figure out this issue because I was having fuel issues. And that's what the problem ended up being. I dropped the tank and the positive wire to the fuel pump was bad. And these pumps were put in here by the original owner, Cobra Bob. They were just focus pumps and it had a booster pump. So I eliminated that. I took out the booster pump to eliminate that. I got an upgraded fuel pump driver module with the wiring, upgraded wiring all the way to the front of the car. And I got some upgraded GT pumps. And yeah, upgraded power wires, no booster pump. And the car ran okay, you know, without getting it retuned right away. I could drive it. It fixed the problem. And I did a custom headlight build on it because I build headlights. So I wanted to try something out. Currently going through a couple sets, different things, trying out with those. And then I skipped a bunch of mods, and I took off the pulley that came on the Whiffle and I dropped it to a 3.2. This is all because I wanted to get it retuned after I got the new fuel system. Cleaned up the pulley a little bit. And then I was selling the gauge, the pods. Travis SVT bought those. This is the new dual SOS pillar. It's a hard one to find, expensive too. That's with the new pulley on, cleaned up. And it's my buddy Nate's car, Mr. Chrome, my other favorite color. It's a grainy picture. This is a good picture. This is by the marina. And most recently, I'm selling the wheels. Haven't drove the car in a few weeks now, just because the wheels have been off and it's been a delay getting the new ones. Those are the new ones. Hope you liked the video, guys. I'm gonna end it there. More mods. Here's my 2003 DSG. I've owned it since the end of April. It hasn't always looked like this. When I got it, it was a bit different. Made different power too. Sick. Nice car.